Okay, I'd like to do a video of this video review of the Eastman E3DE. And I've christened this guitar Streaky because the Sitka spruce is quite streaky. Here it is. It's a nice top, but it's got those stripes. Sometimes fantasize that's Adirondack, but it's not. It's Sitka. Now, the special thing about this guitar, and there's a few reviews out there about it, is it kind of hasn't made up its mind if it's a D18 or a D28 Martin style guitar, because it's got this beautiful, I'm not sure what you call this now, this edging, which you normally find on the rosewood guitars from Martin. But then if you have a look at the side, you've got here the tortoise shell, which is reminiscent of the D18. Yeah, so I'm guessing they've had a bit each way here with the tortoise shell and the purfling, or whatever they call this, because they're using ovangkal. And ovangkal is, they say, is a halfway house between mahogany and rosewood. Look at the beautiful sides on it. Very straight grained. And the other thing you can notice is it's got this matte open pore finish. So they're not using the expensive nitrocellulose gloss, which they put on the other guitars. They're using the open pore finish, which I think is probably a polyurethane, but it doesn't impede the vibration of the guitar. I really like this finish. You can see how it's got the pore there. And look at that nice wood. Pretty nice, eh? And straight. So obviously they got a nice stash of ovangkal back there in China, and they've decided to create this third model in the traditional series. So the E1 is the one with the sitka and sapelli. The E2's got the cedar top and the sapelli, and the E3 now here has got the ovangkal. It's a little bit more expensive, so it goes up in price. It's also got the pickup on it as well. So this is the first traditional series where they whacked in the pickup, which was nice to have. The only thing I wonder whether the undersaddle piezo affects the tone. I don't think so, but you know, it's got, what Fishman are doing now is that braided undersaddle piezo. It's not a solid little piece. And what I love about this guitar too is that saddle height. Look at it, very high and very nice. And so, you know, that's creating the downforce. And if you watch my other videos, I had a sad experience with an E6D where within a couple of months of getting it, I had to take that saddle down so much because the neck kept lifting, and I sold that guitar. And look, the story is, here we are in Sydney, and I'm halfway to sort of solving my problem about humidity, which is, at least I know I've got high humidity, but I haven't got much to fix it. So here we are in Sydney. It's winter, but it's been raining, it's been flooding, not where I am, but certainly throughout Sydney. And the humidity here is at 62. And between 40 and 60 apparently is acceptable for guitar humidity. Over 60 you start to, you know, get issues with the guitars getting too wet. So over time the wood is absorbing the moisture, and that tends to make the guitar necks lift a little bit, and the whole thing swells up and your action is affected. And once the neck comes up, it doesn't go back down. Okay, so back to the guitar. So the traditional series, it's got the lovely squared off headstock, copy of Martin. The Eastman logo's beautifully inlaid there with some nice shell or whatever, some sort of fake pearl sort of inlay. What was interesting as well, the new open back tuners, which are always nice on the Eastman. First time I've ever seen this. Look, they've got the screws on the ends. So they must have changed their supplier, I don't know. They're very nice, they work great. Have a look here too, the neck. So the headstock has got the join here, so they're adding the headstock with that angled join, and they haven't bothered to match the colour that much. And then they've got a join here, very hard to see, but it's a two-piece heel. Join goes about there. What I really like about this guitar too is nice timber on the neck, and it's just got a little bit more chunk to it. Here, I really like this one under my hand. It just feels a little bit thicker. And it's, once again, it tapers up, it doesn't get thicker up here. And what I did write to Eastman, I said, guys, why don't you make the necks a little bit fatter here? Maybe it will help with stability. I don't know if it does or not. But you know, I've had trouble with the lifting necks. The other thing, of course, with the Eastman, beautiful, beautiful solid ebony fretboard, and the frets are really great. I haven't had to level these frets or do any work on them. They're nice. And also I've noticed more than other guitars, it's a nice chunky bit of depth on the ebony board. A lot of other guitars they're thinner. It's got an ebony bridge, and it's got the ebony bridge pins as well. It's pretty well sorted, and it comes from the factory. See, with a little bit of a string break sort of coming out of the hole for the bridge pins. So yeah, as I say, I advise you all, guys, if you're looking at guitars, always check that how much saddle you've got, and you want to make sure they haven't shaved the bridge down as well. And of course, that should be nice and high, but it shouldn't mean that you're high here. So this guitar is beautiful, and I'm going to keep it in its case, and hopefully it will stay very, very nice. So that's the Eastman E3DE, and I'm now going to play it for you, and I'm going to compare it with a lovely old Eastman. And if you want to check out my video of how I bought and set this one up, this is the Eastman AC-120. And it's an old guitar. I had to do some work on the frets, level those off, but it's actually a beautiful guitar. And so you're going to get a chance to hear the newish E3DE, which is all solid, versus a very nice aged Eastman with a solid top and laminated back and sides. And very nice tight grained mahogany on the Eastman. Let me see if I can get you some light on that. I've got this tuned down half a tone. As I've said in my other videos, I don't like to stress my guitars out on a daily basis. So this one's just starting to open up, just hitting those. Just hearing a bit more resonance coming out of that low G, because this is a new guitar and they really do take time to open up a little bit, and it's very enjoyable when they do. And you can see it's giving nothing away on the bottom end, in my opinion. All right, my opinion on this guitar, I think that's the age. It's just woofy and warm, all coming out through those bottom notes. But the top, the strings, they don't sound bad at all, but they just lack a bit of fullness, and that's my critique of the laminate back and sides. Look at that, it's a very nice laminate. I think that the laminate guitars, they tend to have a slightly thinner high, mid and treble. Lots of overtones coming up. Let's get the new boy. Now, I tell you the other thing is, this one is heavier to pick up. The Eastmans are not that light to pick up. There's something chunky in there. Apart from being a bit out of tune, it's funny, just my initial impression is this guitar's not singing and is open. it barely gives anything away, this guitar. I think the age really makes up for it being laminated. But I got, this is in Australia, $350, right? But I'd say, what, you can pay up to 500 second hand for one of these guys. And this one in Australia is 1,000 Australian. And with our exchange rate, I mean, that's maybe $700 US. And this one, you know, equivalent, you might have got it for $300 US. So this is a lot cheaper, but Eastman, you can't go past them. They're really, really nice. My other overall feeling about the Eastmans is they do not have forward shifted bracing. They're not that lightly built, but they're beautifully built. They're hand built. If you play them with a forward shifted brace guitar, they maybe lack a little bit of the room filling volume, but as they get older and open up, they're certainly loud and they're very woodsy and high quality. You can see this one does have a little bit more gravitas and chunk to the sound. And the other thing I like about this guitar is just luck. It plays smoothly and nicely. It's nice, and I'm really hoping that the action holds and I don't have to take this saddle down. There she is, the Eastman E3DE, and the serial number is M2114628. So I don't know what the M stands for. I'm guessing the 21 means 2021. I guess the M is going to confuse you. Could be March or May, couldn't it? So we'll have to check that out, because I do know that the 7732, that is literally the count from number 1. And I'm also happy to have that old guy at the 7,000th Eastman. And apparently that includes all their arch tops as well, so they don't make a lot. There we go. Thanks for watching, everybody, and hit the thumbs up. I've just had the strings off because I have just done some fret adjustments. So using this tool here, and I just took a bit of extra care with this one. I put some tape on, but I did find some high frets. So one up the top here, a couple here around the 12th fret, and then there was one down here on the G sharp as well. So yeah, and I've got several different saddles here. So I've just been able to, I'm dropping in a low saddle, but the saddle got down to nice low action to the point where it was rattling. So, you know, if you get your action down to the optimal level, you'll find that the fret level becomes critical. So you do need to go in and do that. And nice amount of saddle on this guitar. Yeah, so there it is. The Eastman E3DE. And the E stands for electric. So it's got the plug, and it's got the sound control pickups there. Fishman. Yeah. And the piezo is under here. And you can see it's this braided piezo. So Fishman obviously years ago now stopped using the solid one, and they've got this wire thing. And I think they've copied, what's that other brand? There's another saddle guys that did it like that for many years. So there you have it.